What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Young Philip, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. And before we get started with today's video, I would like for y'all to click the like button down below, give it a thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button, but make sure y'all click that bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Today, we're going to be doing a movie review on one of my favorite Fridays, Friday After Next. We did Friday and next Friday. Time to close up this chapter with Friday After Next. So without further ado, let's begin. The movie starts off on Christmas Eve. Craig and Day Day are sleeping in their apartments. Yes, they move in together. And they have the dog Chico from the previous movie, Next Friday. But anyway, anyway, Santa Claus, a guy that dressed up like Santa Claus, come breaking in their apartment, steal all their Christmas gifts, took Day Day's baby pictures, and even said, eyes cocked like a pistol. Even tried to make a sandwich inside of the apartment. Craig tries to fight the robber, but this failed miserably. And then he wakes Day Day up out of his sleep to tell him that we just got robbed. He's like, Day Day, get your scary ass up. I know you heard that shit, man. We just got robbed. He's like, get your ass up. Wake your ass up. Come on, man. We got to call Popo. And then afterwards, after the introduction, Craig ended up letting the police know about the stuff that was stolen, which was the presents, even Day Day's baby pictures, and then the speakers that had all their rent money. And then their little weed plant got confiscated by the police. Damn. Then they are greeted by their landlady, Miss Pearly, who informs them that they've been late on their little rent money. And she was like, they've been ducking and dodging her for about 3 weeks now. And she let them know that day was the day the motherfuckers was going to kick in. And then they ferociously roast her ass with the quickness. With Day Day saying, that big old whoop pussy, you come up here all times for nothing like that. And you don't even own the place and you just a manager. And she said she's going to manage to evict they skinny punk black asses up out of there that day if them two motherfuckers don't pay up their rent. And then she also threatens to send her ex-convict son, who's suspect. Y'all should know the meaning of the suspect part. Who just got through doing 12 years in prison. Then we have, and they also have to start their new jobs as top flight security guards at a little shopping mall. And then here we go. They end up running into Damon, who's played by Terry Crews. He informs them both that if they show up there without their rent money, they gonna get real fucking acquainted. And I don't think y'all want to know that meaning by it. And I'm not finna translate it for y'all. But anyway, he's like, because I'm only going to say this shit once. And Day Day felt so uncomfortable. We started crying like a little bitch. And then Craig narrates, about a year ago, my dad quit his dog catching job and went into business with my Uncle Elroy. They opened up a spot called Brothers Barbecue. Tastes so good, make you want to slap their mama. And then they showed the commercial for it. And Willie accidentally slapped the hell out of his own mama. He's like, you might have missed it. They only had enough money for a 15-second spot. But he's like, anyway, my pops got me and Day Day the same job at the same strip mall as Christmas Help Security. And he lets Day Day know early not to do no fuck shit. He was like, and also let him know that this ain't this ain't no America's Most Wanted or NYPD Blue. None of that shit he watched. Anyway, they go in there. They thought that the Santa Claus that robbed them was in there, but it turned out to be Craig's daddy. And then we see the return of course, Uncle Elroy. And then we end up meeting a brand new girlfriend of his. And her name is Cookie, the new waitress, and his new girlfriend. He's like, you nasty. You should have kept Sugar's nasty ass. What happened to her? He's like, I took big country ass to the curb. Hooked up with little sister. That's how players roll. Anyway, after all this go on, we end up meeting the grandma who got slapped the hell out of by Willie, thanks to his dumb ass. She still have a concussion. Then we meet Craig and Dede's boss, Molly, who ran this donut shop called Holy Moly Donuts. And he ran the whole strip mall. And he has an F because he can't keep his flies out of the damn store. He gives them a tour around the property. And Craig has to deal with Day harassing these carolers who's just singing. And then one of them threatens to send their grandsons. When she said, we going to church and we going to pray for these, forgive me, Jesus. And then he harassed some ladies that was just trying to go to the cash checking place. And then he tries to harass some kids. Then they end up going into the back alley to smoke weed. And then they end up smoking it with their Uncle Airboy. Until the same Santa that robbed Craig and Day earlier came back, robbed them again. Actually, Day ain't have nothing, so there was nothing to rob off of him. But Craig had $20, and he stole Uncle Elroy's Rolex. He said, "Nah, not the Rollie, and now it's a stolen. Give me the watch. Looking like a Mississippi pimp. Bitch better have my potato salad, top flight security. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers." And then Day went to go report it to Molly. And he was like, "That's why I asked your ass for them 2 flashlights." The cops and Molly started laughing up a storm. I would be laughing too. What the hell you mean give you some flashlights? What is that supposed to do? Anyway, after this, Miss Pearly tried to break it into Craig and Dede's apartment, only to be attacked by Chico. And then they try to make a report to the cops about about what happened in the alley. And then the cop was like, "For a second time, y'all got jacked by Santa Claus?" And then Craig decides to try to shoot a shot with this girl named Donna who works at this little new store called Pimps and Hoes. Anyway, they come cop blocking, ruining the whole action. And then they caught some crackheads trying to shoplift. They got arrested later on. Meanwhile, kids were coming to the Brothers Barbecue for a little Christmas joint. The kids were being rough. One had kicked Elroy in the you-know-what area, which caused him to beat one of the kids down with the belt. And then all of a sudden, Craig and Dede were caught slipping by one of the carolers' grandchildren. The same caroler that threatened, that was like, don't touch me, bitch, said that to Dede. She came back with her grandkid. I was like, ooh, she was not playing about that. We was going to pray for these. But yeah, she literally sent her 4 grandsons to go beat the hell out of Craig and Dede. And they end up going into hiding. And then they end up catching Molly. They end up giving them a 2-piece and it was like, "Hey, yo, Molly, I heard you was hiring 2 new security guards that's harassing my grandmother and everything." He said, "I got 2 new guys, Clyde and Dodo." He said, "You remember what we did to the last security guards, don't you?" He was like, "When you see them, you tell them we said this." Straight up punched them in the face, and then they probably beat them up off camera, which they did, technically. And then they decided to avoid getting the ass whooping. They threw away their top flight security uniforms and walked around in their t-shirts instead. Molly came into the shop, beat the hell up, scratches on the neck, scratches on but bruise marks all over the face. Like his face and neck was taking turns on getting beat. I swear. And he decides to fire them both after failing to come to his rescue. And then, in retaliation, Willie rats Molly out to the health department, which caused him to get chased yet again, but by the health department. Craig and Day host a little party, a little rent party in their apartment. Pinky makes an epic return back to this movie, but on real good condition, but on good terms with both Craig and Day Day, and lets Craig and Day Day get a hold of some hoes, and it was pretty too. Anyway, Damon was there too. Then Money Mike, who's played by Cat Williams, he was there too. He was invited by Craig after saving his business. But anyway, Damon sets his sight on Money Mike as he was trying to push up on him and try to have his way, and that don't work. Craig almost had a thing with Donna until Day Day ruined the whole moment. While Money Mike was in the bathroom, Damon decided to go in there with him and try to sexually assault him until he ended up grabbing a pair of pliers and grazing his you-know-what, leading to him screaming up a damn storm. And then Craig's dad decided to go to Miss Pearlie's bathroom to use her house to use her bathroom because Damon and Money Mike was hogging the damn bathroom. But anyway, Craig's mama went and found Craig's daddy in Miss Pearlie's house trying to get some of that Miss Pearlie. But it was really her trying to push up on him. But she was right for attacking her first and then attack him. He's like, Miss Pearlie, you ain't right trying to get my daddy VDs. He's like, I'm calling the police on y'all foes. Yeah, we'll get that line up too first, bitch. So go to hell. And then after all this madness go down, after Donna and Money Mike left with Money Mike, well, not Money Mike, Damon chasing him all through the neighborhood, they end up spotting the same Santa Claus that robbed them not once but twice. And they found out where he was at, beat the hell out of him in retaliation. While Day held him hostage, Craig got his retaliation. Then they chased him all through the neighborhood. They almost got shot by this dude with this old man with a shotgun that just so happened to be Mike Epps' second character in the movie. They end up going inside the house of the caroler that Day had harassed early in the movie. And they end up getting in the Santa Claus, the fake Santa Claus got beat by the caroler's grandkids that was trying to chase down Craig and Day, and they threw him out of the window upstairs. While they was trying to find him, they end up getting into it with some other guys that may be related to the thugs that chased Craig and Day out. The old man ended up finding them where they was at, and he tried to shoot and kill them, but that didn't work. The fake Santa Claus almost managed to escape until he was ran over by Pinky's limo. He was hit by Pinky's limo. And then Craig and Day finally caught up to the fake Santa Claus. They looked at him and said, "You got knocked the fuck out." They managed to get their Christmas gifts back and their rent money back. So there you have it. Another Friday gone, another problem solved. They took their Christmas gifts and went back to the party. And they left Santa's dumbass on the roof so the police could get him. For all he know, he could still be up there talking shit. As for Money Mike, he's still being chased all through the hood by Damon. And Miss Pearlie tried to call the police, and they didn't even care. They just kept on partying. Uncle Elroy kept partying until he had got drunk and passed out. And Pops had showed his ass until the popos came. and the police wanted some more weed, so we hooked them up. And then Craig kept Daddy's dumbass occupied with the two girls that Pinky brought over. And that was until his moms walked into the room. And then he convinced Donna to bring her fine ass back to the party. Got her in his room, slid the dresser in front of the door, and got himself a little early Christmas present, if you know what I mean. You know, and that's the end of the movie. I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. Let me know what's your favorite quote of Friday After Next. Let me know in the comments section down below. Let me know. And don't forget to click that subscribe button, but make sure I click the bell so I can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Don't forget to add me on my social media at YoungPhilip_00. That's my Instagram. Don't forget to add me on my Snapchat at Ryan361005. And don't forget to add me on my TikTok at YoungPhilip00. With that being said, I'm out.